Hi all, welcome to the video. In this video we'll look at how we can perform absolute and approximate match in R. And for this example we'll look at the data frame that we created in the past few videos. I'm retaining the same data frame so that it is easier to understand. So absolute match is something where the word should be or the pattern should be present as such or as is, and approximate matches where part of, even if let's say the pattern is not present as standalone, but it is, if it is present in combination with some other text, then also the function or the logic should be able to determine that. Let's quickly look at how we can do that. So let's first create absolute match. Let's say absolute match. Okay, so we again created using sapply. We are using therapy column, therapy. Okay, and then we have to create a function. So if you are following my previous videos, we first uh, split the string, and split is your x, and the pattern is we are splitting by plus. And since it will be in the form of a list, therefore we convert it into a vector. Once this is done, we need to trim leading and trailing spaces, and once that is done, let us convert the entire thing into lowercase. Now when this is done, we now want to check whether x2 contains dolo or not as a standalone, because we are looking at absolute match. Let's call it x3, and then basically this will give us true and false. Let's instead let's do one thing: return x3 to see what it gives. Okay, so you see it basically breaks the text into pieces or chunks depending upon the plus sign, and then based on each individual element it matches it with dolo. Now you see dolo is only present as a standalone in the fourth line of therapy for this particular patient, and hence we get a true. Similarly for patient 2, dolo is present as the first line of therapy as a standalone, and hence we get this true. So what we want to essentially do is we want to return some of this logical vector. So if I do that, I'll just get 1 or 2 or 0. Okay, so you see in case of absolute match, for patient 1 we get absolute match once, for patient 2 we get absolute match again once, and then for third patient we don't get any absolute match. Now let's create a column which basically does an approximate match. Okay, I will basically copy the entire thing. It will be slight modification. So again here what we will do string detect, and basically it will be x2, and then we are trying to find dolo. Okay, so if I now run the entire thing, so you see an approximate match, even though dolo is present in combination with 100 milligram, or this is a concatenated string with dolo also present in it, still string detect determines and detects that dolo is present as part of the string, and hence we get the total count of dolo in patient 1 as 2. For patient 2 it is 1, and then for patient 3 it is 0. So using this example we got to know how we can how we can do absolute. Okay, just a sec. How we can do absolute and approximate match in text. This is essentially very important because in certain cases we want to find out whether the drug is used as a monotherapy or a combo therapy. So in those cases, absolute match and approximate match becomes very handy. I hope this video was useful to you. If you like the video, do subscribe to my channel.